So we already talked about the most disturbing scene, but something else that actually crossed my mind as we were having that conversation was, there's definitely a movie out there that surpassed your expectations as to what you thought was possible in cinema. Like you went to the movies and there was a movie that just like blew your freaking mind. Where you're like, whoa, I can't even believe what I just saw. Like I know exactly what that movie was for me. And I'll just tell you what it was. And then obviously I want to hear what yours is. Very interested. Mine was Jurassic Park. I went to see that movie. There were never really any special effects that have been done like that yet, especially seeing dinosaurs that looking that realistic. Spielberg went to some great lengths to make that possible. I watched the making of Jurassic Park, and that's the first time they started using like real CGI.
Right.
And they did some wireframe models on the computer, and they made them move, and they were like, oh my god, like this is possible, we can do this. Like that was like groundbreaking. That was ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, and and I just think they did such a phenomenal job. Seeing the T-Rex come out of the cage and hearing it roar and seeing it move, and it looks so realistic. And then on top you have like the raptors, which were like amazing. That movie made you jump. The acting was great. It was just something you had never seen before. Like
Right.
thinking like you could go to an amusement park and actually see dinosaurs, like what would happen? You know what I mean? Like, and what if it went wrong? Like this is what could really go wrong. So, but I mean, that was unbelievable for me. I don't even remember how old I was when I saw that, but I feel like I had to be like maybe like 14 or 15 or something like that. And I left that movie theater and I didn't talk for a half hour because I was so blown away at what I just saw.
Right.
And to this day, man, that movie still holds up. I mean, like I bought it on iTunes. It was like $10, and I put it on surround sound like a couple weeks ago, and my nephew was really into dinosaurs, and I was like, hey, let me show you a couple scenes, and I didn't show him any of the people getting eaten and stuff, but I showed him like the T-Rex come out. I showed him some of the raptors. I showed him when they see the big, brontosaurus at the beginning, and he's just sitting there like, oh my god, it's amazing.
That's awesome.
So to see his face and kind of like remember like what it was like for me when I saw it the first time, and to see the amazement in his eyes was really cool. I can't wait to show my daughter that stuff too. But it's just, dude, it still holds up. It's such a great movie. And that's the movie for me, dude. That really blew my mind. I don't think there's anything that's ever really had that effect on me to date.
Word.
It's just amazing.
I mean, can I cheat? Cause I have a couple. Like I have two.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Because and for different reasons, but one, The Matrix, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Like I would like not the second one or the third one, which were like all like they, which I don't understand why they went away from the shit that made the first one so great.
Yeah.
Like they changed it and they went into like this whole like CGI thing and whatnot. But in the first one, like just like the wire work and the practical effects and everything was just so, it was just crazy to me. It was like, it was literally like I wanted to be Neo. I wanted to be like, it was just, it was a whole nother world. And
Oh, dude, and it was the first film where they introduced the 360-degree, capture. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that setup right there takes like days to set up for like a 4-second shot, but it's amazing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was like bullet time in Max Payne, like
Yeah.
it was just super dope, and it was like I had seen it in a video game before, but I had never seen it in a movie, and I never thought that I would, and it just broke that barrier, and it really made me feel like these people were, like computer programs in a real world or a fake world or whatever, that, and like everything was all made up, and it makes you question things. It didn't obviously make me think that we were, in the Matrix or whatever, but it makes you question things. It makes you question life and what it's all about and what it's all for, and what we're here for, what's our purpose, what's the purpose of our program, you know what I mean? Like, it was just super dope, and philosophical, and really pushed the boundaries of what a movie could be to somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's funny because I never saw the Matrix in theaters. Uh, it's a stupid story. I was too young to actually see it. I went to the theater and I couldn't get in, and they're like, oh, you need to have your parent with you, and like me and my buddy just decided like, well, we're at the movies, let's go see something. So we saw the Out of Towners.
Nice.
With no, it's not nice. It was Steve Martin and Goldie Hawn, and it was like a funny movie, but like, fucking didn't get to see the Matrix. I ended up seeing it when it came out. It was still amazing, but yeah, it would have been cool to see in theaters.
The other one that I had in mind was Alita Battle Angel.
I don't think I've ever seen that, man.
Dude, I think that was James. Yeah, that was James Cameron as well. And man, all right, number one, it's based on an anime,
Okay.
right? So you're like, how are they gonna take this anime and they're gonna turn it into a live action movie? And anime is like such a kinetic form of animation. Like everything is just high energy. Everything is so in your face and bombastic and huge and fast and speed lines everywhere and energy. It's just crazy, right? And it's James Cameron, man. You don't tell James Cameron he can't do something, man. He made Battle Angel Alita a live action movie, and yes, it was full of CGI, but it had real actors in it, and the actor that was playing Alita was actually like they made her look like an anime character. Like her eyes were like huge, and her face looked a little weird, but she was a real person. You know what I mean? She wasn't like a cartoon, and it was just super weird, but like it was endearing, and you still kind of like fell in love with the character like you did with the cartoon character, and you wanted her to succeed, and you felt like she was a real thing, a real person, and they just did such a good job with it, and I had no idea that it was something that could be done. When I heard that was going to be a movie, I was like, how are they going to make this a movie? There's no way they can make this a movie, and they did it, and it was actually really good. And that could
I'll
just
have to
be
check it
me.
out.
That could just be the fanboy in me that was a fan of the original anime, but man, like yeah, I definitely recommend it. I recommend that you check it out. Tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like looking at it through rose-colored glasses, but let me know, please.
Yeah, well, man. All right.